NBC News has been keeping track of what Trump does all day, and there's some pretty wild facts to give you here. So he's been in office for about 310 days. Of those 310 days, 103 of them have been at a Trump property. So, that's a lot of time to not be in the White House. 103 days. Now, the number of days golfing, 81. He's been in office 310 days. He's golfed 81 days. That's like at least 3 times more than Obama at this point in his presidency. And remember, Trump was the one who he used to lambast Obama on Twitter, like, oh, really, that's what you're going to do? You're going to golf as if we don't have problems to be dealing with and fixing? Sad. I mean, it's endless. He would go after Obama for golfing. Now he's golfing way more than Obama ever golfed. But there is a conversation to be had about this, and that's why we're covering the story, which is that a good thing? Because, listen, when he's on the golf course, that's time where he's not in the Oval Office, or perhaps prodding North Korea with a stick, pushing us closer to war. That's another moment he's not signing an executive order that does massive deregulation for Wall Street and big banks, or he's not signing an executive order that allows fossil fuel companies to pollute more. It's a moment that he's not pushing his draconian backwards-ass agenda or making some decision that fucks something up somewhere in the country. So, isn't it a good thing when he's not focusing on anything? Because, look, since Trump's been elected, he's been reliably wrong. The one thing he's been right about, which turned out to be a scam, was, I'm against TPP and I'm axing TPP. But then what did he do? Well, in the renegotiation of NAFTA that's happening right now, they're slipping in provisions of TPP, the worst provisions of TPP. So, look, I was a sucker. I was a chump. I came out here and gave him credit. Hey, man, good thing. Remember the story where he kept the jobs for whatever the name of the company was? I think it was Carrier. He made a deal, where they're going to keep the jobs here. Well, then, as time went by, when the media's not looking anymore, they started laying off the people anyway. So he's pretending like, that's why I alone saved these people. I made a deal. No, what happened is they gave them a giant subsidy, which is a corporate welfare check, and then they fired the people anyway as time went by. So, look, even the things where you can give him credit and say, he did a good job, over time, it's been a ruse. You've been had. You've been took. So, with that being the case, shouldn't we prefer him on the golf course? When he's hitting a 7-iron on hole number 13, he's not fucking shit up worse. But then the other angle of that is, it's not like the people who are left to make decisions are making good decisions. It's not like, and when Trump is gone, in his place is, I don't know, Rand Paul trying to get us out of 3 wars. No, when he's gone, who's running the show? Probably Mike Pence, or you have neocons in the deep state pulling strings and making decisions. I mean, he basically untethered the military and let it, you do whatever drone strikes you want. Well, now drone strikes increased 432%. We got a lot of civilian deaths under Obama, probably getting even more now, escalating in 7 different interventions. So it's not like with him there or not there, it's a fucking mess. So I don't even know. Is it a good thing that he's golfing? Is it a bad thing that he's golfing? It really is. It's an interesting question, but even another angle to it is, and we covered this, I think, a few months back, is that he is using golf to continue to facilitate horrendous deals. So in other words, he has golfed many of these times with members at his club. Clubs, I should say. Well, guess who's joining and becoming members of his clubs? Other corporate giants. And those corporate giants try to get around in with Trump. When they get around in with Trump, they ask for favors. Whether it's a specific kind of deregulation, a specific kind of subsidy / corporate welfare check. It's a government contract. whatever the case is, he is golfing with top corporate leaders, and they are making corrupt deals, and then when Trump gets back to the Oval Office, he's facilitating on those deals. He's probably fundraising when he's on the course as well for his reelection, and then again, doing favors. So, even, look, I'm the biggest Tiger Woods fan that there's ever been, but there was a great point that was made the other day, I forget who made it, that Trump and Tiger Woods are currently doing a golf course together. I think Tiger Woods is designing the course. I don't know if Trump's going to own the course, but he's involved in the creation of this course. You know who's financing that course? I forget whether it was the government in Dubai or the government United Arab Emirates or Qatar, something like that. But there's like a foreign country financing the course with Trump, and Tiger Woods is doing the design. So when Tiger Woods just played golf with Trump the other day, like, that alone probably violates the emoluments clause, because you're going to talk about a deal involving the creation of a golf course that's being funded by a foreign country. If it's funded by a foreign country and Trump is doing business with them right now, well then, wow, shock, look at that. It's no surprise Trump then approves weapons deals to these, brutal, tyrannical governments in the Middle East, whether it's $110 billion to Saudi Arabia or what have you. So, God damn it, man. It's a giant club and you ain't in it. George Carlin was right. But the way that they're brazen and they almost like just fucking flaunt it to you, how corrupt they are. Ugh. So I don't know. Those are the upsides and the downsides of Trump golfing. The upsides are, obviously, at the time, there's no immediate signing of executive orders that further fuck everybody up or signing of bills that further screw the country. But then it's not like the people who are running the show were good anyway. And yeah, when he's on the course, he's involved in more corrupt dealings and probably making them even worse. So, I don't know. You tell me. Is it good when Trump's on the golf course or not?